All right, welcome to The Real Story. This is where we try to cut through the media spin to figure out why a story is actually important to you. A couple of weeks ago in Minnesota, there was this huge rally on the steps of the state capitol. So many people showed up that one state congresswoman said it was one of the largest rallies, if not the largest, that she'd ever seen there. If you live in Minnesota and you listen to the media that day, you probably believe that the rally was part of a global warming day of action, because that's what most of the news reports claimed. But the real story is the overwhelming majority of people on the steps of the Capitol that day were there for a very different cause: tax relief. Of the approximately 10,000 people rallying at the Capitol that day, about 7,000 were there to protest $4 billion in new taxes proposed by the state's Democratic majority. But if you went to the website of a local Minneapolis CBS affiliate, you saw the video of the tax rally being used as evidence on how big the global warming rally really was. I bring this up to you because this is one of the worst examples yet of the media absolutely distorting reality to fit their own agenda. Why not just take the video of the Vietnam War protest on the National Mall from the 1960s, zoom way out and tell people, look, it's a global warming rally from last weekend? I mean, would it really be so much worse than what they've just done in Minnesota? It is so important that we have an actual debate about global warming. That's why this coming Wednesday night, we will start that debate by showing you the other side. The side the politicians, the media, everybody is trying to hide from you with our special Exposed: The Climate of Fear. I want to warn you up front. This is going to be a completely unbalanced, completely one-sided look at global warming. My theory is you're getting the other side everywhere. This is the side, thanks to the media outlets like CBS in Minneapolis, you've probably never heard before. But you will on Wednesday on this program. Jason Lewis is the organizer of the anti-tax rally in Minnesota, also the talk show host on my affiliate in Minneapolis, FM News Talk 100.3 KTLK. Jason, is it true that the local CBS anchor says he will not cover the other side of the global warming debate?
Yeah, in emails to his constituents out there, he says, no, the science is in. I don't have to do this because there's a consensus, and the people, the global warming deniers, as some would have it, don't have a consensus. They don't subject their material to peer review.
Oh, I see. So we're only doing news on consensus now. That's good. And the
well,
pictures...
I mean, you've got some of the brightest minds out there who are questioning this. Richard Lindzen from MIT. That's not peer-reviewed work? Of course it is.
Sure. We have some of the pictures of the rallies, and what killed me is it really wouldn't take a mathematician to figure out. I mean, it doesn't even look like a global warming event by any stretch of the imagination. Does it to you? I mean, how did they miss this? Is this just an honest mistake?
Well, it could be in some quarters, but what they did in most reports is combine the totals and say competing rallies drew 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. When we crushed the global warming crowd, we had anywhere from 6,000 to 7,000. They had 1,500, 2,000. To me, Glenn, that's the lead on the nightly news. I guess Minnesotans care more about tax relief in the 6th highest per capita state tax in the country than they do about global warming.
Yeah, and you are getting crushed in taxes in Minnesota. I mean, what's up with, I know it's a liberal state. Al Franken is from there, but what is going on in Minnesota? They're trying to put Sharia law up in Minnesota. You've got the airport thing with the taxis where if you're a Muslim cab driver, they won't pick you up with your blind dog. I mean, it's craziness.
Yeah, I think the liberal Democrats here felt they had an overwhelming mandate in November to change America, quite frankly. And there's starting to be a tax revolt, at least of that aspect of it. I mean, we've got a surplus of $2.2 billion up here, Glenn, in a biennial budget of $31.5 billion. And they want to raise all of their taxes, if you add all their tax increases together, they want to raise $4 billion when we've got a $2 billion surplus.
It's
now,
crazy.
If that isn't overreach, I don't know what is.
Yeah, they're doing that in New York, and I can't understand. We've got Bloomberg, a so-called Republican. I looked at the surplus we have in New York, and I thought to myself, why isn't he saying, hey, rebate for everybody? We took too much of your money. Jason, thanks a lot. All right, we want to answer your emails. We get a ton of emails in every day. We thought we'd do something a little different tonight. All of the questions were written by children under the age of 9. Our first question comes in to us from Becky in Madison, Wisconsin. Becky writes in, Dear Glenn, what's your favorite color? P.S. I like strawberries. Good question there, Becky. I think the answer is simple. Red, white, and blue. But if your favorite color is green, Becky, then you might want to tune into our special show on Wednesday night, May 2nd. It's called Exposed, the Climate of Fear. If you love our planet, and if you're forced to watch Al Gore's movie in school, you'll want to see both sides of the global warming debate. It's what your teachers haven't been sharing with you lately. We'll give it to you on Wednesday.